welcome back. In this episode of the Insight series, I believe this is episode 7 if I'm not mistaken, we're going to discuss a little bit about what are we actually buying in the villages. But before we get started with this episode, let me do one quick thing. There, that's a little better. I'd like to thank Mr. Jason Krantz of eXp Realty for pointing out to me that I could turn the camera, get a wider angle. And you're absolutely right, buddy. So from now on, we'll film like this. Thanks for the advice. And I hope you and your family are doing well. Look forward to seeing you soon. What are we buying in the villages? I think a lot of us know the answer to that. Wow! But what's funny about that is a lot of folks really don't understand the realities of where and how that comes about. It's planned. It's part of the design. After Mr. Schwartz came Mr. Morris, who really brought the community to where it is today. And unfortunately, he passed along a while back. So a lot of his immediate family are still instrumental in the running and continuing development of the community. But lifestyle is one of those things that's kind of an intangible, right? You can't price per square foot lifestyle. So what I wanted to talk about was, how does that facilitate? In the design of the community, you have facilities, right? And within those facilities are activities. It started to kind of become a design norm right around 2004 and has continued on and morphed in that time. So to give you an example, the lifestyle elements and facilities in Spanish Springs are different than the ones over by Nancy Lopez, slightly. When you get over to Lake Sumter Landing and Brownwood, they morph and change again. Not in any kind of dramatic way, just a reinterpretation of lifestyle. Then of course you get out, over past Brownwood, into what during the time of this recording I'm referring to as the southern sections. And it morphs again. It evolves once more.
It's morphing time!
None are necessarily superior to the other objectively. Everyone has a subjective engagement with lifestyle. The cost elements pretty much remain the same, right? And there's kind of a misnomer here. I get a lot of times, because there was a period in the village's lifespan where, Chris, I'm not a golfer. So why in my amenities fee am I paying for golf? You're not. I'm not sure that you ever were. The golf division, organized under the CDD, is self-sustaining, self-facilitating. Essentially what happens with the golf is that the championship courses and the revenues generated from their play and activity substantiate and maintain the designated executive courses in that same space, servicing space. So you're not paying for golf. The amenities fee in and of itself is kind of a marvel. It works so well the way that it works because there's volume, right? And then I get a lot of folks who will say, well, Chris, the Villages isn't the only retirement community with amenities. That's true. But the reason that it works so well here is because we have the population, we have the volume to keep those amenities at a high quality to keep those lifestyle opportunities available and easily accessible, right? And to keep those costs down, because we're able to spread that cost out across a broad base, right? And then for further assurances, to make sure that our cost of living doesn't explode overnight, the amenities fee has caps. It has incremental growth that can occur based on a pricing index calculation, but it can only occur within a given period of time. And then of course there's also a grandfathering period if you are a existing owner. That's the only time you'll really see a disparity between amenities fees because they're pretty much universally applied. The amenities fee goes towards the maintenance, upkeep, staffing, and event organization of recreational facilities specifically. Doesn't go into maintenance of roads. It doesn't go into the golf division. It's specific for those facilities and what they provide for in terms of their deliverance of lifestyle. Right? The squares, they're sustained by the vendors and the shop owners and the goods and services providers that are leasing those spaces from the commercial property management. And those elements more or less allow for the intangible lifestyle to occur. But the facilities are not where this story begins and ends. The real key to the success of the village is in what you're actually buying is community. It is the people that you get to spend your days with, enjoying the things that you enjoy, that make it a worthwhile venture. And when you factor that into your cost analysis, because I'm an A-type personality myself, and everything gets calculated, you will find that the value to cost ratio is incredibly lopsided in one direction. And so those are some basic thoughts I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to go a little bit more lighthearted on this one. We've been diving into some pretty deep territory. And so I figured maybe we'll have a little bit of fun. And my wife, Christine, has suggested this as a topic. It's one of those things that, you know, it's kind of major and minute at the same time. And there's a lot of misunderstanding around it. So we'll go ahead and just try and clarify some of that up here today if we can. Thanks so much for tuning in. You know who I am by this point. And you know that you can reach out to me if you have any other questions or you want to have any other conversations. So thank you again for tuning in. I'll catch you next week on the next video. Have a great one. Hope to see you soon.